Good evening and welcome everybody to another episode of Notoriously Opinionated. It's your man that goes by various names and monikers, and I'm back with yet another episode. You know what I'm saying? I had to get back to where things are a little bit more comfortable to me. I had to get back in my comfort zone. I was not in my comfort zone last week. Hey, I was tired as hell. So let's start right there. I was extremely tired. And number two, I was a little bit emotional. That I wasn't emotional. Uh, I was irritated and I was upset. So let's call it what it is. I was irritated and I was upset about the goings on um of individuals who I allowed to ruin uh my Super Bowl parade and whatnot. It took a lot of the spotlight off of what we was there for and put it on yet more foolishness that we have in Kansas City. So, uh, as my homeboy told me that I already knew, I was a little bit everywhere last week. But again, like I said, I was bothered, I was irritated, and I was tired. So, uh, but tonight, your man is back, and we gonna go from touchdowns to trouble, and we gonna blend in some other things in the middle. So as always, this podcast is about the 9 areas of human activity, and those 9 areas are economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, um, religion, politics, sex, and war. Right? So those are the 9 areas of human activity, and pretty much everything that we do revolves around one of those 9 areas, right? So tap in, hit me up, you know what I'm saying? If you have any, because I plan on going in, So tonight, like I said, all of the 9 areas tend to flow into each other in different areas. Uh, Tonight I plan on hitting education, entertainment. Uh, yeah, it's basically education and entertainment tonight for the most part. It it taps into other things, but that requires actually it's a little bit of politics. The 9 areas is hella deep. So but we're gonna stick with we're talking about education and entertainment tonight. That's what we're rocking with. Um, so without any further ado, we're going from touchdowns to trouble. But let's hit the let me be specific about what I'm tackling tonight. So tonight I'm tackling um the so normally I would say the school to prison pipeline, but that's not necessarily it. It is, but it's not. Uh, I want to tackle schools and why school is as it is and why it has been how it has been in the black community since I was a kid. So I want to tackle that. I want to tackle this uh schoolyard to jail yard track that uh black and brown people have been on for I don't know how long. Um So I want to start off with that. We're gonna get into. I can't tell y'all, man. I really gotta get into this Cat Williams thing, but really, I really want to hear what y'all gotta say. So I want to hear what y'all gotta say about that Cat Williams interview on Club Shay Shay, and then I'm finally, I'm finally back to where I can really go in and discuss the Super Bowl. But it's not just a Super Bowl, so we're gonna go over a few things in regards to this legendary Chiefs victory. So we got School to Prison Pipeline, we have the Cat Williams interview on Club Shay Shay, and we have the Chiefs Super Bowl. But so I'm gonna tell you right now, to everybody, Chiefs fans, strap in, social warriors, get ready. You dig? There's gonna be something here for all of y'all. Because we got a lot to unpack. So let's start with this school to prison pipeline. It was a kid that said something to me the other day, messed me up. I mean, he just came out of nowhere, and uh we were outside, and he said, I don't know, I don't know where kids be getting this stuff from. I don't know where he heard this from, what sparked his little mind to think of this, but when he said it, I was like, damn, you know. He said, Miss Damon, do you have any old uh pictures of you when you was my age? I said, yeah. Yeah, I think I got some pictures of me when I was your age. He said, so are those old pictures? How'd he put it? Are those aren't those old pictures of a new you or something like that? It was wild. I gotta remember how he said it. He was like, isn't it crazy how those pictures are old? I'm gonna remember how he said that. Even if I gotta snatch his little butt up and ask him how he said it or what he said, I'm gonna tell you what he said, and it's gonna blow your hair back. But I have seen personally the deterioration of inner city schools personally, right? I've worked in inner city schools, and it is not for the faint of heart. I have seen teachers literally walk out of the school because they couldn't handle it. I have worked with individuals who could not handle it. You know, I have uh, I've seen it with my own eyes, and I've actually I was in so at my job during COVID, there was, and I've told this story before, but I think bears telling again. During COVID, we ran a uh online, we ran virtual school. That's what it was called. So we ran virtual school during COVID. Um and so I'm going around, I'm looking at the kids, different things, and kids is asking me questions, and I'm helping them with their work. And it was one little boy, uh I'm looking at his little tablet that has his work on it, and it's stating that um Benjamin Franklin was the one who invented the traffic light. I said, is that what they teaching you? He said, what? I said, that right there on your screen. He said, Benjamin Franklin invented the traffic light? He said, yeah, Benjamin Franklin invented the traffic light. I said, no, he didn't. He said, uh-huh, yeah, he did. I said, how you know? He said, because it says it right there. it it says it right there on my tablet that Benjamin Franklin invented the traffic light, right? I said, if I told you something different, would you believe me? I said, if Google told you, would you believe Google? I felt a little bad. Uh, but not much. All right. So ask Google who Garrett Morgan is. Hey Google, who's Garrett Morgan? Brrr.
According to Wikipedia, Garrett Augustus Morgan Sr. was an American inventor, businessman, and community leader. His most notable inventions were a type of three-way traffic light and a protective smoke hood, notably used in a 1916 tunnel construction disaster rescue. Morgan also discovered and developed a chemical hair processing and straightening solution.
So I did not plan that. I did I did not plan that. That was not that's not what was supposed to happen. I was gonna be Google and I was gonna tell you what it said, but thank you. You know. Um so after that happened to him and he asked, what or who this individual was, and it didn't say anything about Benjamin Franklin or Thomas Edison or anybody else that they give credit for the majority of the black inventions that they stole. After he said, after he heard this coming from the source that he said he would believe, I'm standing over him. He just looked up at me. He went, lies. They've been telling me lies. And I think I created a monster because, like, all his classmates told me that after that particular encounter, after that, he challenged everything the teacher said. he didn't he didn't believe a word this white woman was telling him after that. And so and he would always ask me things after that, like, is this true? Is this real? Is this true? Is this real? And unfortunately, I had to tell him the harsh reality that no, a lot of the things that they teach you in school, especially in history, is not real. It is not true. It is a fabricated truth, you know. Um, and that just is what it is. But my thing has always been about school, that you are not being taught the things that you really need to know in this life. You're not being taught the thing that you need every day. You're not being taught the law. You're not being taught financial literacy, which is why I ain't gonna say which is one of the reasons why uh and I heard this on social media and I loved it. It was a brother on there. He said that black people would rather uh carry around uh a $5,000 bag with $100 in it than uh carry around $100 bag with $5,000 in it. See, a lot of times we like to look rich instead of being rich, and so that is an issue. Instead of looking rich, be rich. Instead of looking wealthy, be wealthy. Instead of carrying around that 5-10,000 dollar bag, carry around a trash bag or $1,000 bag or $100 bag with $10,000 in it. You know, do that. So that tends to be the issue. And so since we're not really learning, in my opinion, the things that we need to learn in this country, in this country, because I did read, thankfully, that the United States has risen from the 36th in the nation in education that we were to 22. We are 22. Now, as much as I love celebrating the Chiefs, celebrating my Lakers when they win, celebrating the teams that I enjoy, and however much everybody in this nation loves calling the things that we do, when we win a sports championships, we're just champions of the world, you know, but we're not champions in the areas that we need to be. We're not champions in education, you know we're not champions in that area. There's Asian countries that are slaughtering us, and I was reading today about why that is. Like in China, they don't do all this bullshit that we do in preschool and elementary school and testing this and testing that and testing 5 and 6 year olds. Come on, man. What is you testing 5 and 6 year olds for? Over there, they teaching them respect. They teaching their kids how to be independent. You know, they're teaching their kids how to value things when they're 3, 4, 5, and 6 and 7. That's what they're teaching their kids. They're not caught up on testing, map testing, and all this different type crap to a 6 year old. You know, they're not focused on all that. They don't start giving tests to their kids. I think they said till like fourth grade. They don't start testing their kids till like fourth grade. But by fourth grade, they have developed integrity. They have developed respect for their elders, respect for their environments. They said they don't have janitors in school. The kids are the janitors. They make sure they clean up after themselves. They don't need janitors. The kids clean up after themselves. They are responsible for themselves, you know. And so therein lie, I mean, and it just so happens that what China, Japan, uh a lot of the Asian countries are heading that list, you know, while we're number 22 talking about, oh yeah, we're champions of the world because the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Oh, we're champions of the world because the basketball team won NBA finals. You know, we focused on all the wrong shit while our kids are suffering, you know. And the crazy thing is they don't even care. They don't even know enough to care. They Because they're kids, you know, and they don't realize that, you know, unless you are going in that field, and very few of them will go into this field, you are never going to use trigonometry. You're never going to use calculus, right? Some of them, beyond addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, won't use really much past that. You might come across a fraction and a decimal. Well, yeah, you'll come across decimals. But other than fractions and decimals, like you really not gonna get much deeper than that. Like unless you become an artist or a drafter or you start building houses and buildings and whatnot, you have no need for anything dealing with geometry or advanced mathematics, right? You do need to know about money. You do need to know about finance. You do need to understand tax codes and you want to need to understand the law. You run into these things on a daily basis. You know, you run into the law on a daily basis. And so, what happens to the uneducated kid who can't get a job because they didn't graduate high school, and they are hanging around other kids who didn't graduate, can't get a job? They start committing crimes. You know, they start doing things they're not supposed to do. And what happens to those kids? What happens to the kids that begin to commit these crimes because they're hanging around other kids that are doing this and they think it's cool and they making a little money? You know, what eventually ends up happening to them slowly, sometimes quickly, one by one, they start disappearing. They just disappear and nobody hears from them, you know, until one day a particular child ends up in juvie and he looks around and sees all his friends that disappeared, that been gone for the last 6 months, 9 months, 2 years. This is where y'all was? And they like, yeah, what took you so long to get here? We've been waiting on you. We've been waiting on you. You know, what took you so long? So, and let's keep this straight too. Like the the school to prison pipeline and the prison system is so disproportionate towards black and brown men and women that it's just crazy. And there's not enough people giving a damn to do anything about it. Like, you know, there's kids right now that don't have a fully developed brain yet, and so they're not gonna make all the best choices. And so it is up to the educators, and I don't mean the teachers in school, because I'm one of those ones that keep it a buck with these kids, and I tell them, hey, don't let school get in the way of your education. That's not me telling kids, hey, don't go to school, that an education in school is not important. Get what you need to get what you can get out of school, and do the best that you can. See, it's not about it's not even about the grade for real, you know. It's about the knowledge. What are you coming away with? Like, again, let me go back into the Asian educational system. They go to school simply for the love of knowledge. They go to school for knowledge. They understand that it is a place of learning because that's what they've been trained on. That's what they have had ingrained into them. And they go voluntarily. I have never seen in all of my years, not even when I was a kid, kids that think that because it's 32 degrees, they supposed to stay home. It ain't a flake of snow outside. It ain't no ice. It ain't no snow. It ain't no nothing. But kids is like, you can never get a child to look at a newscast until they talking about the weather and the potential of school not being in that day. Oh my God. Oh my God. They are watching it like an adult will watch a sports event. You know, I watch politics. Right. The in exactly. It's the information. It's the knowledge, because information turns into knowledge. Knowledge turns into wisdom when it's used, you know. So um but I've never seen kids just not want to go to school. And so my thing ain't even that. My thing is, why don't you want to go to school? What if I stopped making you go to school? What would you do with your day? Play Fortnite, do this retarded shit, do that retarded shit. My boy said I would sit home and um what did he say? He said I would sit home and it was something having to do with coding, right? I said, don't coding have to do with math? Isn't there math and things like that in coding? Nope. No numbers in coding at all. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, I know. So being able to, know numbers is a good thing, so and then when they wind up there and they are looking for the ones that have been trying to get them to educate themselves and to grab all of the education they can, when that door closes and mama and daddy can't come get you out, that's when it hits them, and then it's too late. No, it's not. It's not necessarily too late. It's just too late within that moment. It's too late to go back and say, "Oh, I want another shot. I want to hit the reset button. I got killed in this episode of Fortnite, and I got killed in Call of Duty. I got killed in Minecraft, and I need to go back and do it again." Ain't none of that. Yeah, it is. It's called an appeal. It's not necessarily guaranteed you're gonna win that, you know. So, uh, but we are just so freaking far behind, and it is a shame. But you know, in future episodes, I plan to highlight programs, and I plan to highlight people who are doing something to go against this initiative of our kids going down this school to prison pipeline. And so I'm gonna go ahead and thank y'all right now for, because I know you out there, you know, I know you out there, and you fighting for it. Uh, but education of the need to dismantle this pipeline needs to come first. And then once everybody understands that there is a pipeline and that it is a real issue, it is a real problem, it is a real thing, then we can work to dismantle it. Okay. Um Next, let's talk about Cat Williams a little bit. So that damn club Shay Shay, and I want y'all to tap in on each topic, but I really want to know what y'all feel, how y'all feel about that Cat Williams interview. Number one, tap into the comments if you saw the Cat Williams interview on Club Shay Shay, uh, and let me know. But that interview that he did on Club Shay Shay went absolutely berserk. You talking about 10 million, 10 million views in like a day and a half, something like that. 2 days. It had over 10 million views. Come on, man. That's retarded. And Cat went in on everybody. Everybody? Everybody. Cat went in on everybody. Cat name dropped half of the comedians. Cat name dropped half the comedians in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? No, when I say nobody was safe, nobody was safe. Like you had you had Gary Owens wondering if he caught a stray. Gary Owens was like, I don't know if what he said was a shot at me or not. I don't know if I should feel disrespected or not. You know, I don't think he was shooting at you, Gary Owens. I really don't think you ain't ever put on no dress. You know, he was Cat had Cat had the pistol out on those who had worn the dress. Everything that Dave Chappelle was talking about is what Cat was talking about. You know, how uh one of the quote unquote rites of passage is for black comedians, if they want to reach that next level of fame, to put on a dress, throw on some makeup, you know, do something do something gay, even if you are not gay, do something gay and you can elevate, you know. Uh and so he called out Ricky Smiley. He called out Kevin Hart. He called out Cedric the Entertainer. He called out Morton. He called out Tyler Perry. Called out Tyler Perry, but he went in on Kev Hart. He went in on Tiffany Haddish. He went in on Steve Harvey. Who else he go in on? He went in on Ricky Smiley too. He went all the way in on Ricky Smiley. Uh oh, oh. Him and Faison want to shoot each other. him and Faison got beef. Like him, him and Faison, it's been guns talked about. Oh, okay. Man, look. Uh, so one of the things that he talked about, I mean, and it's a lot of comedians that talked about this. Bernie Mac, may he rest in peace. Bernie Mac used to talk about, man, if you don't want another comedian stealing your joke, don't tell your joke to another comedian. Don't say it around another comedian. Don't work on your act around other comedians because everybody's not, honorable. You got comedians that will steal your shit, you know. And it did. You know, listen. So everybody's like, "Oh man, Cat Lion, Cedric Entertainer ain't never sold his." When you juxtapose the videos and you put them side by side, and they telling the same joke, and Cat proved that it was his joke. He told it first, and all he did was take his Cadillac and turn it to a spaceship. I remember when Cedric the Entertainer did that. I thought that shit was hilarious. You know, I was wondering why it had to be a spaceship, and now I know why. But I remember when Cedric the Entertainer did that joke on the King's Comedy Tour. I remember that. I never knew I never knew that was Cat Williams' joke. I never knew Cat told that joke first. You know, so Cat exposed a lot of what's going on in this industry, and the code thing, the Mondo code thing. Like everybody that, uh, like he said, everybody that he said something against, the Ricky Smileys, the Kevin Harts, the Ludacris's. You know what I'm saying? I kind of mess with Luda, but everybody that he said something against ain't say he was lying. Nobody said he was lying, you know. So, um, and the crazy thing is, I really don't even care. You know what I'm saying? I care about the fact that uh because some white industry exec keeps telling black comedians to put on a dress if you want to elevate, that, you know, if that's not something that you believe in, why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? I heard Denzel say one time, uh, not necessarily that they came to him with a dress or anything like that, but it's he would always say you got to be careful of the scripts that you take. You got to be careful of how you are portrayed on screen. Be careful of the roles that you take. He said it was one role that he could have taken, and it could have very easily changed the entire trajectory of his career, and he's glad he didn't take it, you know, um, because it wasn't something that he wanted to do. It wasn't something that he felt was a good role for him at that point in his career. With all these black comics knowing what it is and what it's about, why they keep on deciding to put on this damn dress when that's not what you believe in, I have no idea. I have none. I have no idea why they keep doing it. You know, and the crazy thing, that's why it went so hard on Kev, because Kev was adamant about the fact that, it goes against his character and his integrity and all the flack that he took, with the smashing my kids, the dollhouse over to the head, and just, hey, that's gay. You know what I'm saying? There's some things I will just never understand, and I'm not even gonna try to, you know. Um, but Cat really did go hard on a lot of people. He went hard. Did I say Tiffany Haddish? He went on Tiffany Haddish. He went. I don't know why everybody keep messing with Jussie Smollett. What? How what they should call that boy? Uh, Ju- Juicy Smollett. I don't know why everybody keep messing with Juicy Smollett. You know what I'm saying? Let that boy live in his shame. Just let that boy live in his own shame. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you wanted to remain relevant so bad. you found a motherfucker with a noose? And come on, man, it can't be that important to stay relevant. It can't be that important to stay a celebrity. It can't be that important. You know what I'm saying? Like it can the boy is talented. So why is that not ever freaking enough to just be talented and let your talent because there's other talented people. But there is not so talented people who are doing their thing, you know, and they stay in their lane, they stay in their niche, and they rock it out. You got people that Cat has went in on that are actually talented. You know what I'm saying? And if they would just stay in their lane, find their niche, and do their thing, they would remain relevant. They would remain successful. They would remain, employed. But I don't know what's up with these people. Uh he did speak up for Cat not he did speak up for Ice Cube because it was rumored that there was comedians that was bad mouthing Cube, saying that he wasn't paying people. Uh Man, listen, I don't know what kind of budget you thought Fridays had to be able to pay you this exorbitant amount of money that you felt you was worth for going damn, you know what I'm saying? But you got what you got, I but Cat did defend he did defend Ice Cube. Um but again, nobody claimed that that brother was lying. They might have had all these that like Faison just getting petty. He putting all kind of little he putting all kind of things that Cat Williams did, or you know, kids choking him and him fighting kids, and he's putting all that out there, uh, just trying his best to humiliate Cat as retaliation. However, um, everything Cat said was true. Like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like just just take that, man, and just you know what I'm saying, just go on and eat them, just go on and eat them facials, you know what I'm saying? Just go on and eat them body blows, and just keep it pushing, because everything he said was true. He ain't saying nothing that wasn't true. Like I cannot remember a Faison Love Netflix special. Not never. I could go look it up. I've never seen a Faison Love Netflix special. Excuse me. Because I'm halfway through my podcast, a little parched. Cayman Jack is not sponsoring this podcast, although please God let him. Uh all right. So I think we can agree that Cat Williams video, you know, has had a significant impact on the culture, and we'll just leave that at that. All right. Uh, before I hit this last topic, I want to say this. It's a quote that I heard that I was really feeling, and I should have said this as a segue between the first topic and the second topic, but I love this quote. It said, and I've heard and I've even said things, you know what I'm saying, just off the top of my head, not really thinking, because it's just real. No matter who says it, no matter who comes up with it, it's just real about the the people in your immediate circle, right? But the quote that I'm referring to now, it said, if you look in your immediate circle and you don't get inspired, you don't have a circle, you have a cage. You know, that circular cage that MMA fighters fight in. You know, you have people, you don't have friends. You know, you don't have a circle. You have a cage of people trying to break you, of people trying to tear you down, of people that you should be inspired by the people who are around you, not tired of the people who are around you. So if you find yourself looking at your circle of friends, and here's an addendum to that, right? An addition. In addition to that, if you look at your circle of friends and you can't figure out which one of these people is uh, a benefit to you or who you can be a benefit to, if you look at your circle of friends and you say, these people are not doing anything positive with their life, then you need to question your choices and your friends. You know, you need to question. You need to question yourself. It ain't their fault. It's not the friend's fault. It's your fault. A friend is someone that you choose. You can't choose family, So if this is your brother, if this is your father, if this is your sister, if this is your cousin, that's one thing. You can't choose family. You can get the fuck away from them if they mean you no good, but you can't choose them. You choose your friends. So if you are hanging around a group of people who are not being a benefit to their own lives, what benefit they gonna bring to you? How are they gonna inspire you? How are they gonna motivate you if they can't motivate their damn self? If they can't motivate themselves to do better, how they gonna motivate you? That's all I'm saying. That is my notorious opinion. You can take it or leave it. Okay, now let's get into some happy shit. Let's get into a better mood. We done talked about this school to prison pipeline. That's heavy, you know. We tried to kind of bring it up with the Cat Williams, and he just did what he did. Now this is a happy topic for me because I'm a Chiefs fan, but there are a lot. Like I saw a video of this chick who was a San Francisco 49ers fan, and she is beside herself with anger. I heard stories of people snatching down whole 75-inch TVs off the wall. I'm talking about they was hot. These San Francisco fans, and I mean, I can't understand snatching. Well, they said the dude that snatched down the 75-inch off the wall, uh, it looked like he had some paper. So he that might have been well thought out. Like, if they lose, I'm gonna snatch this mother off the wall, and I don't give a damn because I got money in the bank to go get another one. But if you are a Chiefs fan, you are celebrating. If you are a San Francisco fan, you just got a big ass hole in your wall from when you snatched the TV off. Cause I know there's more. Now, all you got to do, all you got to do is watch my lives. Like I was live damn near the whole game. You know, I'm posting on Facebook at halftime talking about how I'm not when we was losing. I'm like, I am not worried, and I really wasn't. You can ask anybody that was there with me, anybody that was at McFadden's with me. They would tell you the kid was not worried at all. You know, because we could have very easily been down 21-6. You know, which is another reason I can tell you I was inebriated because I just looked at the doggone screen to say 10-6, and I swear I said 10-7. No, we ain't had no damn 7. But anywho, uh there were a lot of tense moments in that game. But like I said in the video that I made a week and a half before the game, there was no way on God's clear earth that the two-time MVP, two-time Super Bowl champion, two-time Super Bowl MVP was going to lose a Super Bowl to Mr. Irrelevant. It was not going to happen. And that's not taking nothing away from Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy played a good game. Brock Purdy played a good season, but you not about to beat Patrick Mahomes in a Super Bowl. Come on, man. Come on, man. That boy, man, look, like you gonna start to you're gonna start them GOAT conversations is coming up, man. Like they already here, and I have already proclaimed Patrick Mahomes to be the GOAT in regards to his skill set. That man is doing things we ain't never seen in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And again, if you juxtapose him and Brady, you will see that Pat Mahomes is ahead in key categories. There is two. There is two categories with which you can say that Brady has an edge on Patrick Mahomes. One is getting walked down slowly, which is Super Bowl rings. Brady has 7. The man got rings that start on a whole nother hand. That's how many rings Brady got, right? But Pat's on his way. The man has been to 4 Super Bowls and won 3 of them. The man has been to 4 Super Bowls and won. Hold on. He's been to 5 Super Bowls. I'm tripping. Hold on. No. 49ers. Yeah, he's been to 4. You know, he's been to 5 AFC championships, right? No, he's been to the AFC championship every single year he's been in the league. He's been to the AFC championship every single year he's been in the league. The man got 3 Super Bowls in 5 years, right? In 5 tries. He should have 4. He really should. You know, he really should have 4. Uh, that Tampa Bay Super Bowl, when you can just send your 4 down lineman, you don't got to send nobody else. You don't got to send no safety help. You don't got to send your linebackers. You don't got to send nobody else but your front 4. And they getting to him. Our offensive line just couldn't. There was nothing coming. There was absolutely nothing coming. Now, the thing that is now, and again, McCole Hardman, thank you for catching that ball. Thank you. Thank you. And also, thank you for your service because you getting the hell out of Kansas City come next year. Get your ass on. Take your Super Bowl. Dang, you got 2 of them. Take your rings and go. You know, you played a valuable role in this one. You deserve it. Good job. In my mind, all your slate is wiped clean. You dig? For all that bullshit you did during the season, all them drops you had during the season, fumbles you had during the season, all is forgiven. All is forgiven. You caught the Super Bowl winning touchdown. All is forgiven. I'm not even tripping with you no more. Let bygones be bygones, but get your ass out. I can't see so we can get somebody else that can catch the damn ball. Which leads me to this. Next season, The debate is, do you keep um 95 and Sneed? Do you keep 95 or Sneed? Because there's different implications that come. Like, he has 95, has said that he wants to stay in Kansas City. He want to be a part of this dynasty, which is exactly what we have right now. He wants to be a part of this dynasty. Sneed, on the other hand, is like, you know, I don't have a problem staying in Kansas City. And then he went all Flavor Flav on us. But you got to pay me, boy. That's kind of where he's at. You know, he just want to get paid. Uh, D linemen cost a lot of money. Top tier corners cost a lot of money. You know, uh, and they are both tops in their position. You know, um, and if we make some moves, because Pat's gonna restructure his contract, and he got that from Brady. You know, he got that from Brady. Brady cared about the dynasty. He knew that, one or two multi-million-dollar contracts, he would be set with more money than he would ever need for the rest of his life, right? But he cared about that. He cared about his legacy. He cared about that dynasty, you know. And Pat's on that same trajectory. He cares about that dynasty. So every few seasons when they need to, hey, Pat, I just take it out of my check. He need to get paid. We need him. Take it out of my check. We need. Oh, he blocking balls in the end zone. Pay him. Take it out of my check. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pat care about the dynasty. He got the money. It's not even. It's not. So we have the ability to keep both of them because let's just face it. Uh, Kadarius Toney gone. McCole Hardman gone. Scantling gone. Yeah, Chris Jones 95. Uh, Scantling's gone. Freaking McCole Hardman's gone. Uh, Kadarius Toney's gone. They might want to even think about trading Sky Moore. You know what I'm saying? Let him go somewhere else and see if he can flourish elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? I would not even be upset if he left. Uh, we got Rasheed. We have we got Kelsey, and we got Pacheco. Uh, I'm not even gonna be upset if they let Edwards Hilaire go because it's a very real possibility they could let Edwards Hilaire go too. And I'm not gonna be upset. Running back is that's why the Chiefs will never pay a running back. You're never gonna see the Chiefs pay a running back. They will let you go because running backs come a dime a dozen. There's other positions that the Chiefs are far more prone to pay than a running back. You got fast cats that, got good vision to run through these gaps that come out of college every year. It's nothing to be a top tier running back, you know. And you don't even got to come out of college as the top tier running back and be that in the NFL. Like freaking Barry Sanders wasn't no highly recruited cat coming out of college. Uh, it's a lot of running backs that ended up being greats that were like Priest Holmes. Priest Priest Holmes was a absolute garanimal. You know what I'm saying? Priest Holmes was an absolute beast. Had he not gotten hurt, oh my freaking god. Priest Holmes was a beast. Priest Holmes wasn't he didn't do that much in Baltimore. He didn't do that much in college, But he got to the Chiefs and balled out, you know. Um oh yeah, I want Rasheed to stay. He the only one. He the only one I want to stay. We drafted him. We gonna develop him, and we gonna pay him when it comes time. We gonna pay him. You know, um, even though the Chiefs really aren't known for paying their wide receivers neither. That's another position that the Chiefs really are not prone to play. Why do I keep are not prone to pay running backs, wide receivers, and normally corners. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got one of the top 10 corners in the league. You know, uh, especially if he top five. So we got two of the best corners in the league on the same team. Uh, we gonna get a new safety. Just because um I was in favor of getting what's our safety's name? I can't call his name right now for some reason. But I was reading his numbers, right? Not good. Like a lot of the touchdowns that we had scored on us was scored on our safety, right? Uh he did decent in run help, but was getting torched in the pass. Was getting absolutely scorched. So we probably gonna get a new safety. Uh and I just want him to re-sign 95 and Sneed. Re-sign our big boy because he want to stay. Give Sneed his money because he want to stay. Keep that defense intact-ish. Go get a new safety and let's go get this three-peat. That's what the thing is. And quit asking Andy Reid is he gonna retire. Nah, he ain't gonna retire. The man just won back-to-back Super Bowls. Quit the shenanigans. Quit the silliness. That's silliness to ask is Andy Reid gonna retire? He just won back-to-back Super Bowls. Shut the hell up. You know. So the thing is, we looking at the draft. We looking at different prospects at safety. Uh uh Uzuma coming back. Karloftis, emerging beast. Uh, our D line, is right. Uh, Linebackers is right. I think we might lose Rudy Gay too, though. Now that I think about it, we probably gonna lose Rudy Gay too. Uh, uh, which is, I mean, it's always nice to have a fast outside linebacker. You know, when you got a fast outside linebacker, uh, no, real talk, he a beast too. You know, um, when you got a fast outside linebacker, that's always a plus. Because it stretches, it makes their running back stretch out, and he can't just hit that edge on you. So it's always good to have one of them. Um, and that's what we used to having. We used to having that fast outside, that fast outside, left and right outside linebackers. You know, but we're gonna draft well, um, and we're gonna look ahead and talk about this three-peat in the kingdom. Now, it's a lot of prognosticators that's saying that um, it's gonna be San Francisco and Kansas City part three come next February. You know, I don't know. Like I said, San Francisco got a good core. Like Ed McCaffrey's son is balling. Ed McCaffrey's son is balling. And Debo, really, really good wide receiver. Ayukin, really good wide receiver. You know, and Brock Purdy is good. You know what I'm saying? He really is. Brock Purdy is good. Yeah, no, I'm talking. That's uh Uzuma. He's coming back. He'll be back. Uh, yeah, he gonna be a big part of it too. But he's coming back. Oh, hold on, is that who you talking about? I think that's who you're talking about. That's who. Yeah, that's who towards ACL. Um, but because everybody keep asking me, do I think they're gonna three-peat? It depends on the moves they make. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't even need them. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and then and then didn't get to, and it ain't played since. Yeah, I was talking about that. That's Charles Azuma. That's who that was. Um, so they make the right moves. We get the right safety. We gotta get Pat some pass catchers. We gotta get Pat some pass catchers, man. We don't need no superstars. We don't need D Hop. We don't need, you know what I'm saying? We don't need nobody like that. Packer, you see, he was throwing the ball to Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey and made it happen, So he don't even gotta have no star studded lineup to make it happen. I think we should get one. I think we should target one wide receiver uh in the no, not early in the draft. Early in the draft, we need to look at safety. We need to look at corner. We need to look at D tackle. That's what I think. We need to look at safety. It's all defense we need to be looking at. Safety, D tackle, always need a D in. So safety, D tackle, D in, and and um and maybe like you start looking at wide receivers in like the fourth round. You start looking at wide receivers in the fourth round and get that steal of the draft. Yeah, yeah, we can steal a wide receiver later on in the draft and hit free agency. Hit free agency, see who's out there. Man, I'm telling you, it's about to be some Denver Broncos wide receivers that come up. They gonna want to come to the Chiefs. So I don't give a damn. They was a Bronco. That was the same. That's the same thing I said when they was talking about like I was not prior to him becoming a Laker a LeBron James fan, right? As soon as it came to the Lakers, LeBron, my dude, you dig? As soon as he leave the Lakers, fuck LeBron, you dig? The basketball player, not the philanthropist. You know what I'm saying? Not the dude that's trying to do some good in the community, even though he's an athlete. You know, right? I don't think we're gonna do nothing crazy. I don't think we're gonna do nothing crazy. Uh, but I don't think we're gonna do nothing crazy. I think we're gonna get who falls in our lap at wide receiver. Um, but this is Andy Reid we talking about. Andy might do something like that. Andy might go up in the draft to get a wide receiver, even though, I don't think that's our main focus. Like our main focus need to be corner, especially if we let Snead go. Uh if we well, it ain't no if when Reed leaves, we need to fill that gap at safety. Um uh we always gotta look at D tackle, D N. We always gotta look at that. Gotta keep that defensive line intact because the defense is right now. You know, the defense is so right. We just gotta keep it right by plugging in that gap at safety when Eric Reed leaves. So and I was a Eric Reed proponent. But I wanted him I wanted him like 5 years ago, or rather 7 years ago. That's when I wanted him, and we didn't go get him. He paid that fool too much. You talking about 74, who was always getting flagged for being off sides and was getting drugged like he had a fentanyl habit. You know what I'm saying? Like that fool, man. But they paid him entirely too much money, and so he's here, and we got to deal with it now. To his credit, come the playoffs, he did that bullshit early in the season, and his number was always getting called. 74 offsides, 74 holding, 74 this and that and other. So 3,000-yard penalty, man, that boy was getting called left and right, jumping off the line, all that, right? But that was early in the season. The later on in the season, you stop hearing, like, it was times that the whistle would blow and I'd be like, 74, what the hell would you do now? And it was somebody else. Whistle blow again. 74, what did you do now? And it was somebody else. Throughout the playoffs, he didn't hurt us, you know. He didn't hurt us in the playoffs. So I'm not really tripping about him no more. I'm really not. You know, I you know, I was tripping early in the season, but the later it got in the season, I ain't gonna say he played like a pro bowler, but he was serviceable. He was serviceable. Uh he tightened up in the playoffs for real. So I ain't really tripping about him. I'm not really tripping. Uh because the line did their job in the playoffs, man. That line did their job in the playoffs. Cause that front four San Francisco got could have put a hurting on Pat. And them boys protected him. So I'm not really tripping on them neither. No. No, I do not want to keep him. Let him let my people go. He can go. You know. I'm not now I'm putting it to you like this. Again, running backs, they just come a dime a dozen. Like you can get a running back out of the seventh round. You can get a late round like Pacheco. This dude came out of nowhere, and now he's a Pro Bowler. You know what I'm saying? Man. Running back is not one of those positions you have to draft high to get something good. You don't have to. They don't have to come out of LSU. They don't have to come out of Auburn. They don't have to come out of Alabama. You know, they can come out of freaking Alcorn State and come in and ball out. Oh, uh, um, Noah's good. Uh, Watson is good. Our tight ends are good. Uh, as good as Kelsey. Are you saying they're as good as Kelsey with Kelsey in the game, or if Kelsey was not in the game, as good as Kelsey? Like Kelsey makes a lot of receivers and a lot of other tight. Kelsey makes other pass catchers look good because he's being double covered. They cover him with a safety and a linebacker. So he's taking up two people, and that leaves holes for other pass catchers to do their thing and look good, right? But when you can put two people on Kelsey and he still scores you, come on, man. I don't know about all that. Uh Yeah, but I don't think McKinnon coming back neither. I like McKinnon. I do. I like McKinnon. I don't think he's coming back neither. I would venture to say that they would uh wavering, see what happens, and if nobody picks him up off waivers, that he will come back. But nah, yeah, I like Noah Gray. You know, I like Noah Gray, but I just think pass catchers are different if Travis Kelsey is not in the game. Like when Kelsey was coming up, it was just Kelsey, and Kelsey was the standout. I believe Noah Gray is gonna be good. Uh, I believe he has a high ceiling. And there's times that he has looked similar to Travis Kelsey. So there's people who have looked similar to other players. Like I remember when I was young, they swore up and down that Harold Miner was Baby Jordan. He was not. He he was not. He he couldn't even jump as high. He was not. So you know, comparing comparing Noah Gray to um Travis Kelsey right now, you talking about Travis Kelsey if he retired today would be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Can't compare Noah Gray to him yet. You know what I'm saying? Now, ability wise, Noah Gray has a very high ceiling if he can stay healthy. Uh, so yeah, he has a very high ceiling if he can stay healthy. Okay, I have not. I did not. I had not watched Noah Gray till but I started watching college football like religiously. Um, I stopped watching college football religiously probably about 7 years ago. I ain't even gonna front. Uh, I watch. I think I watch the schools that I like and the big games, but I don't really watch college football like I used to. I do believe that. So the vets that especially the ones that care about a team, you know, yeah, they are going to impart the knowledge to the ones that are coming after them, especially when they know that their time is winding down. Like Trav probably got maybe two more seasons, and then he's gonna be starting to look at retirement. So yeah, I believe that, especially if he believes that Noah Gray is gonna be his heir apparent. Yeah, he's lacing him right now, and if he's smart, he's picking Travis Kelsey's brain for everything that he knows. Like how are you and Pat always on the same page? How does he always know what you about to do? How do you know what I'm saying? If he got any sense at all, he's picking his brain. Which leads me to my last point. Yeah. Uh this is the trouble that I was talking about at the beginning, from touchdowns to trouble. And thank you for reminding me, because I get to talk about the Chiefs, I get to talk about the squad all day. So yeah, I was at the parade. Uh I was there by myself. I had coworkers that I seen down there. It was people that I knew that was down there. Uh but everybody that I know made it out safely. Uh, I, um, just being a reformed street dude, uh, paid attention to my damn instincts. Thank goodness, So I was down there taking pictures, I had been down there since like 5:30 in the morning, so I was down there taking pictures. Um, I had my portable printer with me, and this heavy ass, it's a generator about yay big, but that little thing is heavy when you're trying to carry it around all day on your back. Um, well, there was no Wi-Fi, and so thus there was no printing of pictures that everybody was going to pay me to take. So I took a lot of pictures of people for in exchange of likes and follows. Basically, that was it. Uh, so parade's about to come about. I'm like, man, let me take this book bag back to my car. Eat me a little something in the car, sit me a little something in the car, get rehydrated, and head up to this rally. So I take everything to the car. I'm headed up to the rally. As I'm headed up to the rally, like I'm on the fringe of the million people, however many people was out there. I'm on the fringe, you know, kind of making my way through because most everybody else is still at the in the parade line. So I kind of made it up there, and when I get up there, or as I'm approaching and getting like hella close to where I can see stuff, police. I'm talking about they just flying. It's just police cars and police motorcycles and all that flying past me, and I stop and I'm like, okay, this is not something that's normal. Something is going on. But here's what did it for me. When I heard police helicopters, police helicopters mean there is some sort of weapon, and there is someone with a weapon, and there is someone with a weapon that they are either trying to identify and keep him in a certain area, or they just trying to not allow him to escape. So they got to keep, they got to hover and keep an eye on him. And it went from one helicopter to two to five. I'm like, the kid is out. I immediately about face and was gone, right? And by the time everything just exploded into absolute chaos, the kid was in his car asking people, what happened? Is everybody okay? Why are you driving down that grassy knoll? You dig? Like people was skedaddling trying to get up out of there. I felt like I was far enough away to where when I got back to my car, I felt safe. I felt I felt safe once I got back to my car. I parked on 20th and Southwest Traffic Way. If you done ran all the way down to 20th and Southwest Traffic Way and shoot me, it's a trick to it. But yeah, so everybody else was trying to was hitting everybody else in their car, trying to get away and get out. Man, I'm sitting in my car, chilling, laughing at the people who parked illegally and got their shit towed. I'm laughing at the people that got tickets on their windshield and got their shit towed because they didn't pay the air parking lot. So I was chilling and I was good after that. Now the thing about that is this: people think that it was um people think that this was a one-off, but things like this have had the potential to happen in the previous two Chiefs Super Bowls. Now I don't know about the Royals championship, but I know at least the last two Chiefs Super Bowls it's been funky. It just never resulted in gunplay, right? Uh, so, but I was like feet away from people that beat up that white boy at the first one. I seen that with my own two peepers. You know, um, and I was uh in the vicinity to see the fight that happened last year, you know, or one of them. That's just the one I saw, you know. It just didn't result in a gun, but a lot of times, and I know one of last year it didn't. This one didn't end up in a fight, but it very easily could have. It's because people was trying to hold a certain section that they've reserved for themselves, and then they will step out of that area, somebody else steps in it and don't want to move. It happens just that simply, you know. But the point that I wanted to bring up, I seen on the news this morning that the one, and everybody seen this cat, they was on a manhunt for a dude they had in the hospital. This dude was in the hospital the whole time, not knowing that he was a potential suspect, you know. And he's in the hospital because he got shot in the mouth or something, right? But everybody seen him getting on the ambulance on the news. And dude was a suspect. Y'all done hijacked one little brother and had him he's receiving death threats now, and he ain't have nothing to do with it. But the one that did have something to do with it, y'all had in the hospital looking for him. Now, he says, and it just blows my mind, and it goes back to what I said earlier during the education portion as to why they should teach law in school, because apparently people believe no apparently people don't believe that when the Miranda says you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law, they mean that. Swear to God, they mean it. Swear to God, they mean that. When they say anything you open your dumbass mouth to say without an attorney and will be used against you in the court of law, they mean it. They mean it. Especially when you say something as retorted as, well, he was looking at me and said he was gonna get me, and I interpreted that as meaning he was gonna kill me, so I pulled out my gun and shot him first. Especially when you say something dumb as that. When you say that, bro, you might as well just walk to Potosi. just just walk to Potosi. Just start walking. You know what I'm saying? Like, knock on the door, you know. Hello, Potosi Correctional Facility. Can you please let me in? I'm on my way here. Anyway, just walk to Potosi. That's all you do, you know, because that's what, you know, not understanding what Miranda means. So for real, you know, get get your rights to me, you know. Make me whole. Give your rights to me if you don't want them, you know. I remember Green Eyes used to say, if you don't know your rights, you have no rights. You know, you either know your rights or you have no rights. I'm a firm believer in that. Not only am I a firm believer in knowing my rights, but I'm a firm believer in upholding them. You dig? I do not have a lot of faith in attorneys, but I do have faith in an attorney's power over mine. I know that a judge in the court is going to listen to the attorney, and that I need to shut the fuck up. I know that. That I know. So that is touchdowns to trouble, right? That is what that is. That is touchdowns to trouble, with a little bit of cat sprinkled in the middle. All right. But I am going to wrap this episode of Notoriously Opinionated up, and I will see you next Wednesday. Tune in to Notoriously Opinionated next Wednesday. Same bad time, same bad channel, 8 o'clock, right here It's your man. I'm about to run through some of my names. You know, don't get all caught up. Uh, it's your man, Negus the God, Muatem Bonisi and Scrap Low. And I will holla at you next week. Peace. I'm out. Have a good one.